You know the drill. Grab your favorite cup of coffee. Let's talk basketball. Hey, happy Saturday morning. It is Craig Bennett, aka Cash Cake, back with another Underdog fantasy pick'em video. Yes, I'm going to start out with Underdog once again. Almost had the full sweep there. Kelly Oubre Jr. just could not shoot the rock yesterday. We ended up 2-1 on Underdog plays. Got three more for you here for the early game. They are all in this Los Angeles Clippers and the Orlando Magic game. So all three come from there. The early game, want to get this out nice and early. It's about 5 a.m. on the East Coast here. So we're going to drop these plays nice and early. Hopefully we can jump on them as we do have a little bit of news in the Clippers. And again, I'll drop that and talk about them as we go through the plays. But hey, if you don't have that Underdog account, use that promo code CashKeg and get 100% instant deposit match up to $100 and join us. And if you don't have that account either, you can also get a free month of our membership just by signing up if you're a first-time account holder. So if you want to do that, all the instructions are in the description below. Let's talk a little basketball. All right. Underdog, a fantasy pick'em desktop is up here. They got a sweet mobile app you can download as well, both in the Google and Apple store. We're going to talk about three plays here. Again, we're going to focus on this early game here where we got the Orlando Magic going to LA Clippers. And the big thing is the news, right? Pulled up the news report here, the official NBA news. And the Clippers are without Kawhi Leonard, injury management, just kind of, just sitting him out probably. And then Norman Powell. And those are two big usage guys. So we will first start with the Clippers side here. And that's going to be massive usage for both Paul George and for Russell Westbrook. Those are the guys that are going to benefit the most here. Of course, some of the tertiary pieces like Zubac and Morris and those guys will get a little bit. But I'm going to be focused on these main guys here. When you take Kawhi Leonard and Norman Powell, who chucks the rock a ton coming off the bench, you're just going to have a lot of shots to go around and a lot of usage. So first one here I'm going to go to, I think you could go a couple different ways with this play. I pulled off both Norman Powell and Kawhi Leonard this year. And with both of them off, there's only 2 games this year where Paul George has played with both of those guys off. And he has cleared points, rebounds, and assists, 39.5. He's had 44 and 43 in both those games. One against Miami and one against Sacramento. If we look at his points, he had 29 and 28 points in both of those games. Look at his rebounds, 8 and 7. He cleared both of those. Assists, he had 7 and 8. So he cleared both of those as well. And that only one game, the last game where we played Sacramento, that's the game where he did have Russell Westbrook as well. The first game he did not. And he still cleared all these in every one of these categories. So I'm perfectly fine if you want to take any of them. If I had to rank them, I would probably go points, rebounds, and assist, points, and then rebounds if I had to rank them. I'm going to click points, rebounds, and assists, but if you want to dive into this and pick one of these, he's going to play a ton of minutes. In those 2 games, he played 32 and 34 minutes, which wasn't a ton, but the usage was massive. Field goal attempts, 20 and 16. Took a bunch of threes, 11 and 8. A lot of free throw attempts in that game against Sacramento on the third. Without him, he took 10. And again, the rebounds were up 7. Assists were 8 in that last game. So really like Paul George here, PG-13. We're going to go higher in all these categories, but we're going to put points, rebounds, and assist up here for number 1 play. The other one, we're going to go Russell Westbrook. I talk about this. Now, this one I had to dig up a little bit and pull some information to figure it out because, again, he wasn't with the Clippers all this time. He was with the Lakers. So he only had this one game with no Norman Powell, no Kawhi Leonard. And it was, again, that Sacramento game back on March 3rd, so about 2 weeks ago. And in that game, he had 27 points. He had 2 rebounds, 10 assists, and 39 points, rebounds, and assists. So, again, I think you could rank these. I'm going to go higher in assist here, but I think you can rank these assist, points, rebounds, and assist, points, and then, of course, rebounds I don't want to touch. Can he get there? Sure. But I think I would focus on the other ones. If I was looking to mix and match some of these plays, that's where I'd kind of be leaning. Because again, that's just massive usage out with no claw and no pow out there. So we're going to look at this. And again, going against Orlando, I'm not scared of them too much. Clippers, it says they're favored by 6.5 here. Should be interesting where that line goes to. Again, this is pretty early in the morning, but it is a pretty early game. So we'll see what happens. And then the last play we're going to look at in this game, let's kind of come over, and I'm going to look at Wendell Carter Jr. here. It's a play where the line started at 8.5 in his rebounds. It's a spot where I do like taking higher than his 9 rebounds here. I'm perfectly fine with that. If it moves to 9.5, I think I could still play it, but I wouldn't play it much higher than that. I think 9's a good mark at. I wish we got 8.5. The juice was massive on the over at -145. Before the game he played against Phoenix here back on March 16th, he had 7 consecutive games where he went over this mark. 14 against Detroit, 11 against Indy, 11 against the Pelicans, 10 against Milwaukee, 9 against Charlotte, where he would meet that, 11 against Miami, and then 10 against the Spurs. So, again, it's a spot I think we can take it here. They're going to need his size with both Zubac and Plumlee out there for the Clippers. So he should play a decent amount of minutes. If the game stays close, I think you should get this over. Clippers rank 15th in rebounds allowed, 12th in offensive rebounds allowed, and 15th in defensive rebounds allowed. So I do like looking at this play. Any other plays I was looking at in this game? If you want to look for a fourth one, I'm not sure I love a whole lot. It's so hard to decide what you want to do with the rest of this team, who's going to show up. Like I said, I'm going to focus pretty heavily on Paul George and Russell Westbrook and a lot of the builds here before the lines do move, because I think they are going to move even a little bit higher. Those lines are not even over at PrizePicks yet, so we'll kind of have to see what they are going to do there. But that's kind of what we're looking at here. Looking at the early game with the Nuggets and the Knicks, Brunson is questionable, so you can't really touch anything on the Knicks side, because if he does play, it's going to really change a lot of this when it comes to especially RJ Barrett. He really hurts RJ Barrett when Brunson plays. So that's something to keep an eye on. And then on the other side with Denver, they're basically fully healthy here. I don't know if you guys saw the tweet a couple days ago by Mitchell Robinson. He was saying he's just running cardio out there and not really being involved in the game. He was kind of upset. So take that for what you will, but I just thought that was a little entertaining. But nothing really I like there. I'm going to focus mainly on this Orlando and Clipper game. I don't really like the Denver at the Knicks too much. I was looking this morning at our projection models and plus EV charts, and I didn't see really anything that was massive. The only one that you could really that was like a little bit over plus EV but wasn't massive was Jokic's rebounds at 10.5, but they've already moved it to 11, so that's why I didn't really want to mention that one. But they did have the rebounds sitting at 10.5, so I guess if you wanted to look at that, there was a little bit of value on that. They had Aaron Gordon as well at the over 5.5 rebounds, little plus EV, but wasn't much, and nothing that I wanted to really jump on. So just wanted to mention those two things. But this is what I'm going to roll with. Again, appreciate you guys. Enjoy your Saturday. We're going to put out a PrizePicks video here shortly. And if you don't have that account with Underdog, and if you want to have a free month and check us out, see what we're all about, again, you can sign up and get access to that. So with that, see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.